Hey, beautiful souls, beautiful sunshine here with the Holistic Healer, aka Sonia B. So I am back with 5 different prophetic messages that I have. So each message may be for different people, and not only that, but you might want to stay to the end so that way I'm going to pull some cards that I was being divinely guided to use. But I just want to say, for those of you who are new to my channel, I just want to say welcome. And for those of you returning back, I want to say welcome back. Keep in mind that these energies could be happening right now for some of you guys. Just depends on your location on the planet, whether you're the northern hemisphere or the southern hemisphere that plays a possibly when these energies will possibly reach you. And if it is not happening to you, it could be happening to someone who is within your immediate environment that maybe you was being divinely guided to come to listen to this video, so that way that you can understand what is going on possibly with those individuals. So anyway, with that being said, for those of you who do not know, I'm an intuitive, clairvoyant, Hayoka empath who receives divine prophetic dream messages. I also receive intuitive messages as well too, and I also receive intuitive messages through music as well too. I am here to help assist souls on their spiritual journey as I translate messages from the spiritual world over into this 3D world to help assist souls on their journey. So that way you get the energy. It's like having a spiritual 411 in other words. So before the energy reaches you, you're already hearing it now, so that way when it's being presented to you, if the message resonates with you, you basically know whether you should go left or whether you should go right. The choice is up to you. I'm not here to make any decisions for anybody. It's up to you to do the work. I'm just here to just let you know the situation that is at hand, letting you know what is to come. So anyway, with that being said, let's get straight into the message, y'all. Okay, so the first message that I received was, it came in the form of as if like this is pertaining to kingdom spouse, and I'm hearing spirit say that this message is not going to resonate with everybody because it just depends on where you are at on your journey. You know, there are different, let's just say these are different waves of people of how they might have came onto the journey. Like myself, I've been on this journey for 4 years now, so there's a group of people that's ahead of me that's been on the journey for 5 years. This is just an example. And then you have other group of people who's only been on it for 3, and then others who's been on it for 2, and then ones who had just started or been on it for a year, and then there's about to be another group of people who are just about to start the journey. So anyway, with that being said, this is the message for these kingdom spouses, okay? The twin flames, aka kingdom spouses. So the way I saw this was, for those of you guys who are in like separation, let's just say somebody that maybe you're married to and you're separated from them. The way I saw this was like the two of you spiritually are in the bed together. In other words, you're in bed together. So anytime, thank you, Spirit. The way I'm seeing it, in the way Spirit just said, is that if that means that if you see yourself in bed with your kingdom spouse, it's almost like you're already spiritually married, okay? It's like, thank you, Spirit. And I'm trying to, and what I'm hearing is you're already spiritually married, okay? So maybe you're already physically married in this 3D world, but you're also spiritually married, because see, sometimes we can be married to a person, but if another individual person, let's just say hypothetically, is married to either their job or their work, or to committed to other people in a sense, and not necessarily committed to you, it's almost like they're being married. It's almost like they're married to those individual people and not so much as you, because the truth of the matter is, if they were married to you, then they would be doing all the necessary things that that they were supposed to be doing in order to be in alignment, in other words. So if that makes sense. But anyway, so the way I saw this, without getting off topic, the way I saw this was, you guys are already spiritually in cohabitat together, in bed together, in other words. I'm not talking about anything sexual, anything like that, but the way God was showing me was, you're at a period of, in this next season that's coming up, and starting now is what I'm hearing. You should start this now. Be in the mindset, because I know for myself, like these last 3 days, I felt myself slowing up a little bit, right? I realized that their energy was coming from out of nowhere. So with that being said, it's almost like some of you guys are going to find yourself being divinely guided to slow up in a sense, because the way I saw this was myself and my spouse was in bed together, but it's almost like we was there just kind of laying there and figuring out how we gonna do our day, and then it's like we got up at a specific time. Okay, so it's almost like organizing but pasting yourself, in other words. So it's almost like God is putting you two on the same page, in other words, so that you can resonate almost at the same frequency if you just stick to what it is that God is asking you to do. So in other words, this is going to be a season of slowing down for some people, whereas other people, it's going to be speeding up for them. Okay, so keep that in mind. But you know, you're gonna have to take time for yourself. But anyway, so let's move on to the next message. So that's how I saw that one. The next message came in a form of, and this is the reason why it's important to slow down, because for other people it's going to speed up, as I said. So it's important to listen and not try to fight, thank you Spirit, and not try to fight against the flow of the ebb and flow of the energy of the universe. So in other words, if you feel like you're moving at a slower pace, just go with the flow. Don't be like, oh my God, this is not me. I can't be moving like this, you know, because I myself, I had to get out of that habit because I was always go, 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 go. You know, when, let's just say hypothetically, when my family was together and we were supposedly, you know, whole as a family, my kids and my spouse used to get me to try to sit down and watch movies, where every time I sit down and watch a movie, I would always get up and find something to do. It was like, it was hard for me to sit still. But I have been learning to tame more so of that energy and to let go, because I realized that, you know, God was telling me that I can't go into this new paradigm doing the same thing that I was doing, that it was exhausting me. Thank you, Spirit. That was exhausting me in this old paradigm as we move into this new paradigm. I can't move the same way I did then. You know, being an Aquarius tend to have this like electrifying type energy. So it's like go, go, go. You know, it's like almost like a ping pong machine. Ping, 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 ping. So with that being said, it's almost like I had to do my work, and as I did my work, in other words, God stepped in and intervened, and it's almost like, whoa there, pull me back in a sense. But anyway, so this next season, for some people, like I said, it's going to be slowing down. I get it for like the kingdom spouses, but then for other people, the way I saw this was God had showed it to me, and it's no judgment to the race, because when God shows me a specific race, I just basically say what it is. You know, don't take it offense that I'm talking about a specific race. It's just that that's what he revealed to me so that I can understand the story. So the way he showed me was, it was this lady who was having an event, and she was an older lady. Okay, so when I say older, just because a person is older does not necessarily mean physically the person may be older. They just could carry an older energy, because we all sometimes carry either a younger energy or we carry an older energy. Okay, so the way I saw it was, this lady was carrying like an older energy, and she was having this event, and as she had this event, she was basically the event was exhausting her, because it's like some things came up in the event that was dealing with children, this doesn't necessarily have to deal with children, but that's how God was revealing it to me. So she was dealing with situations that kind of arose, so it's almost like she was kind of caught off guard in a sense. So with that being said, it's almost like she came into a room like where I was at, where I was just kind of like, I got the feeling where I was just kind of laying down, but this wasn't the same one as the first message when I said me and my spouse was laying down in the bed just trying to figure out our day. This came in a form as if I was laying down, and she kind of sat down and just kind of leaned over to the side like, oh, I just need a minute. And then she bounced right back up, to the point of, I got the feeling like she was really exhausting herself. So this is going to be important. You know, for some people, it's going to be a matter of just pacing yourself, for some, and then others, they just going to feel that energy of exhaustion, you know, whereas most of us have felt that energy for a minute, you know, especially if you've been on this journey and it's just like, go here, go there, go there. Oh my God, do this, do that. So now it's coming into a new season where the energy is shifting off to other people. So, just to give you the heads up, that's going to be the situation for some people. And then I received another message, and it came in a form of, oh, okay, thank you, Spirit. I received this message, and it came in a form of as if I was working at a hospital, right? And for some particular reason, this girl had called me up, and she said, So this is going to be for those people who are always having somebody call them up, say, hey, could you do this? Could you do that? Hey, I need you to do this. I need you to do that. You know, it's going to be a matter of pulling those reins back on that horse and basically saying no. Okay. So this is season to speak up. So with that being said, she called me and she was like, hey, because she knew I worked at the hospital, and it was something that she wanted me to take to the hospital, either to somebody that works there or maybe to some of the patients. I can't remember exactly what it was, but one of the two, either co-workers who worked at the hospital. And yes, I was supposed to be going to the same place that she wanted that stuff to go. And she asked me, and again, this is not about, some of you guys may, I'm hearing Spirit say, some of you guys may look at this as being selfish, but some of you guys, depends on where you at on your journey. There's going to be a time in a season that God is going to need you to be selfish. You see, because all of this is taking us through these different phases and different stages. There's going to be a time to speak up. There's going to be a time to be silent. There's going to be a time to stand up for yourself. There's going to be a time to not allow somebody to disrespect you, or, you know, when I say disrespect you, I mean like, for whatever arise in your situation. You know, it's not saying that you're going to put your hands on somebody, you know, and hopefully not, but some people may have to, but hopefully that's not the case, because, you know, you want to be in a situation that somebody gets hauled off to jail because they don't have any self-control. So again, it's this, us maturing into this age of Aquarius. That's what this is. It's about spiritual maturity. It's teaching us to go through these different phases of life and just accepting ourselves exactly how we are, in a sense. And as we go through these different phases, they're doing nothing more than maturing us, in a sense. So yes, it's going to come a point in time that you're going to need to be selfish and tell certain people no. Okay, so she called me basically and said, hey, and she said it with such confidence, like, hey, I need you to I have some items that I want to give you, if you can take and give them to the people at the hospital, whatever the case may be. I don't know if it was patients or co-workers. And then I thought to myself, I told her, I said, I'm going to the hospital, but no, I'm not passing that out or giving it to whoever it is that you want me to give it to. Basically, that's what I told her. So that basically ended the conversation there. But this is going to come in the form of somebody who is pretty much selfish. They really only think about themselves. They don't stop to really think about other people, in a sense. It's always about me, or how can you do something for me, or woe is me, or I need help with this, or I need help with that, in a sense. So this is going to be a season, if you know somebody that is like that is in your life, that if, you know, again, we're in different phases and different stages. So take the message how it resonates. You're going to be divinely guided to say no. And it's not going to be a matter of pacifying them. Oh, you know, well, I can't do this, because it's going to be a simple no. Okay. And then this other message, the fourth message, came through as, and I'm noticing that this is, again, these are all situations that, again, that's tying back to pacing yourself. And then the opposite, people exhausting themselves. Okay, so this fourth message came, and God was basically saying, create a ritual, okay, for yourself. And the way that came in a form of creating that ritual, in other words, like, because what came to mind was like, what came to my mind thank you, Spirit, what came to my mind at that time when they said create a ritual was like my 3 R's in birth and doula training that they tell you. You know, it's a matter of 3, you know, RRR, which is ritual, relaxation, as well as rhythm. Okay, so basically God wants you to get in a ritual practice of letting go, is what I was receiving. Letting go, just letting go, because when you let go and just go with the flow, as I said before, we can speed up our process. And I know, thank you, Spirit. Spirit is also telling me, I know some of you guys are just frustrated being on this journey. I know, because I can be at times too, to the point like each and every day I have to be renewed. And it's just like, oh my God, Lord, like, I don't know, like, seriously, like, I'm only one person. I can only do what I can only do, you know, with trying to do this and trying to do that. I'm only one person, okay? So with that being said, it's a matter of pacing yourself. And again, I myself had to pull back the reins and remind myself in order to preserve my energy. But God wants you to create a ritual, in the sense that you learn to just basically go with the ebb and flow. Go with the ebb and flow, okay? Go with the ebb and flow of the universe. So if the energy feels like, okay, like I'm tired right now, I need a rest, go rest, But that doesn't mean I'm here and be contemplated there. In other words, stay there. Don't stay there too long. If you need to rest, go rest and get back up and do what it is that you need to do. But take time for yourself. So it's going to be a matter of not pushing yourself too much, but resting, okay? And then the other R was for relaxation. Just learn to relax. We're going into this new season. I know it's starting now because I felt the energy the last few days. It's going to be a matter of just relaxing, not pushing against the energy, not forcing the energy, not trying to control the energy, but just let the energy flow. Like how you go get a massage is what's coming to mind. Thank you, Spirit. When you go get a massage, and I know sometimes people tense up because let's just say if they get in a deep tissue massage, which I love, and let's just say if you get in a deep tissue massage and then they're digging down in your tissue, so you tend to tense up a little bit if you're not mindful. But if you're going to get like a regular massage and they're just massaging you and so on and so on, it's almost like you just enjoying it, okay? So it's probably a little less tense than deep tissue massage, but that's what God wants us to do. He wants us to just go with the flow, because when we can go with the flow, thank you, Spirit. I'm here. This is a season of testing us as well. Again, like always, there's a season of testing us to learn to just go with the flow and relax and not try to control anything, okay? And then because remember, when you're relaxed, you're not necessarily tense, and you're able to release tension. Well, nobody's giving you a massage, but you're able to help to prevent yourself from being so tense in a sense. And then there was the rhythm, just going with the rhythm of things. If like something comes up today where let's just say that you got to take care of something, go take care of something, but don't allow it to just pretty much like, oh my God, don't allow it to throw a wrench in your program. Just go with the rhythm. Just go with whatever's happening at that moment. Just know that you can conquer is what I'm hearing, okay? Just move through the energy and not allow it to consume you. And then I just also wanted to tell y'all this too, because Spirit was just like reminding me. So today I decided, actually a couple of days ago, I decided I was going to go on another fast, okay? So my daughter was like, another fast? So yes, for me, I am going on another fast. So with that being said, I am, for the next 3 days, this is just some information I'm just sharing because I felt like Spirit wanted me to share, and a fast can be anything to you. It could be fasting from your snacks that you normally eat. It could be fasting from meats, that you normally eat. It could be fasting from any sugars that you normally eat. It could be fasting from, I'm not going to say vegetables because we need that. It could be fasting from, if you're drinking soda, it could be fasting from that for a week or whatever the case may be. So whatever the bad habits and patterns that, we as people can have in our lives, in a sense, it's almost just, fasting from that, whether it be fasting for a week from that, whether it be fasting for 3 days for that. Most of the times I usually just do 3 days, where there has been a point in time I've actually fasted for 3 weeks, should I say, but it was a matter of eliminating something every week. If I started off with the past fast in my past, should I say, it would always be fasting with eliminating the sugars first. The first 3 days eliminating sugar, and then it was eliminating the starches, and then that's the first week, and then the second week it was a matter of eliminating meats, should I say, and then the second week was eliminating meats, and so now you eliminated the sugar, the starches, the meat, and so now this point on, for the next 3 days within the second week, is almost like you're down to just basically eating fruits and vegetables. And then come the third week, you're basically winging yourself off, and this fast, hear me, this is not me suggesting anybody do what's best for you. I'm just telling you what my past fast has been, but I've learned how to just kind of minimize that down to 3, because I know I am already small as it is. So therefore, at one point in time I was 130 pounds. So, being on this journey, sometimes you lose weight or sometimes you gain weight. Unfortunately for me, I lose weight. So, it just depends. But with that being said, so the third week, it was a matter of being down to the last, eliminating any fruits. I'm sorry, eliminating any vegetables. And then the last 3 days, the third day before the fast end, it was a matter of eliminating the fruits, and the last 2 days was about drinking broth or whatever, drinking broth and water or whatever. So yeah, that was just like a serious fast. But that was a fast that I did when I used to be a part of the church, like, and this was not anything that you had to do, but this just got me in a habit of fasting because, you know, I just knew that was just in my nature. So this wasn't something that we had to do. It was a matter if you wanted to partake or be a part of it, excuse me. So anyway, but a fast does not have to mean that you're doing 3 weeks of all of that, is what I'm trying to say. You can minimize it and set it. You can fast for a day. You can fast for 8 hours. You can fast you can fast through your breakfast, or you can fast through your lunch, or you can fast through your dinner. Take it how it resonates. It's going to be different for everybody, but you know, just be mindful of that. Just listen to your body, only if you feel like you're being divinely guided. But I just figured I would share that. So yes, I am on a fast now for the next 3 days, and basically I am going to be drinking my turmeric tea, the one that I told you guys about before, where it has turmeric tea in it. It has turmeric in it, it's ginger in it, I put cinnamon in it, I put cloves in it, I put cardamom in it, and I add almond milk in it, and I add agave syrup to it, should I say. So basically I just sip on that and it will be so good to me. Anyway, there was a point in time I really used to hate turmeric, but anyway, because my husband used to give it to my son when his asthma was acting up, but now I found ways that make it enjoyable to want to drink. Whereas before he would just try to get my son to drink it, and it was when he was younger, and it wasn't good at all. So anyway, but yeah, so a fast can be whatever it is that you make it, but whatever, just remember, God wants you to create a ritual. He wants you to just be in a habit of just being consistent, okay? Because God wants to know that we're consistent, and most of all, relaxing, okay? We all know that we have to keep busy, and we have to do things within the world to keep us functioning and moving, be in the world but not of the world. Find ways to make sure you relax. What I'm seeing is somebody leaning back on the couch like this, watching TV, I guess, so anyway, but just leaning their head back. So even if you did that, just take some time for yourself. Just make sure you relax. If you feel like you're being divinely guided to relax, just at that moment, go relax. Excuse me, y'all. Give me a minute. I'm getting a little hot. Okay, so this fifth dream came in a form of some of you guys are going to be, it's almost like being summoned, the way I saw it. And I get the feeling that maybe this was being done spiritually, because it's like a police officer came and knocked on a window, right? And I was like, police officers normally come and knock on the door. So, and it's normally the sheriff's office when somebody's being served. So this was just letting me know that I got the feeling of, and there may be some people who are getting served, should I say, physically, but then I felt like, excuse me, y'all, there's some people who are going to get served spiritually. In other words, I did a video on this some time ago too, where kingdom spouses were trying to come together, but one of the spouses wanted to know that the other mate was spiritually strong, in a sense, where they were being spiritually summoned, should I say, their team, and their team were coming together, having this spiritual oh God. Oh, thank you, Spirit. Having this spiritual court amongst each other, in other words. So anyway, I feel like that's happening again, to just kind of see where people are at on their journey, in a sense. But somebody's being summoned. Some people may find themselves being summoned spiritually, in a sense, just to see where they are at. Have they evolved? Are they still doing the same things that they were doing before? Have they learned their lessons? Have they learned to let go of control? Have they learned to release have they learned to release attachments? Have they learned to let go and go with the flow of things rather than resist, is what I'm hearing. Okay, so this is coming in and I'm hearing in relationships. Okay, so I say all that to say that this is being done spiritually. Okay, so anyway, those are, oh, I'm sorry, that was not it. Okay, so some people was being summoned spiritually, and some will be summoned physically. And then I also saw that some of you guys may have like loved ones, whether it be kids or just people that you haven't seen in a minute, because they was just off doing let's just say mommy or daddy duties, in a sense, trying to take care of their family. And somebody who's always constantly These are for those people who are always constantly taking care of their kids. They work, they cook food for their kids. I mean, because the way I saw this, it came in a form as if it's males. I see that there are going to be some males, and I'm talking about the male energy. Excuse me, not the male energy, the male archetype. Although this could be happening to some females as well too, who's carrying the male energy. Okay, so anyway, I saw like the male archetypes, and basically I saw that they're individuals who always about their kids. Okay, taking care of their kids, making sure their kids good, feeding their kids, you know, just making sure their kids are good. Okay, and kudos go to them. So, and when they leave the house, they take their kids with them or whatever. And I'm just seeing in the back of my mind, like, moms saying, take the kids with you, take the kids with you. So anyway, with that being said, I see some of those dads are gonna kind of like be rolling a little solo without the kids, and I feel like this is being divinely ordered. And I say that to say because the way it came up is if they're always constantly taking care of the kids, and it's like they haven't really had time to take care for themselves. So it's almost like God is giving them a break in a sense. And okay, thank you, Spirit. So the way I'm saying it, and to sum it up, God is balancing the scales. Okay, so if you've been somebody who's always trying to push the kids off onto the dad, in a sense, like take the kids with you, take the kids with you, and not necessarily giving them a break, it's almost like the shoe is about to be on the other foot. So in other words, you're gonna have the kids now while he's gonna be having some free time for himself. Okay, thank you, Spirit. And then I saw like some of those people are going to find themselves maybe having a conversation with somebody where they were just talking about, I guess, what they had been dealing with or what they had been experiencing in their relationship, and why I guess they had kind of been a little distant, and so on and so on. Okay. Okay, and then I'm sorry, and let me tell y'all this one too, because I saw this, and some of you guys may, some of your kids may have an appointment. So if you guys like have kids, and let's just say if you go to some of their appointments, should I say, I saw somebody meeting up with their, but I get like this is someone who was married, but in a sense they're separated, kind of like my situation in a sense. But I saw that it was as if like my child had an appointment and my spouse had met me to where his appointment was, or excuse me, I was being taken to where his job was to ride with him so that we can take our child to an appointment. So I don't know who that message is for, but I just figured, you know, that came up as well too. So anyway, let me end it there, but let me go ahead and shuffle these cards real quick. I asked what messages, why did you have me pull these cards? What message did you want to come through for the message, the prophetic messages? What messages do you have? Pure white light, pure unconditional love only. Only the messages that are pure white light and pure unconditional love only. What message do you have for the collector in regards to these prophetic messages? Oops, y'all saw that car fly? Okay, it's all good. I'm being divine God to it. Didn't we get that card the other day too? Oops, let's do one more. Thank you, Spirit. Oh shoot, actually gave me 4. Okay. Interesting. So we got it's all good. We got self-love. We got grounding. And we got growth. Okay. So for those of you new to my channel, I'm not a tarot card reader. I just I like to pull these cards for confirmation for the prophetic messages that I've received. So, and I like to do it on camera so that way that you see me doing it. Thank you, Spirit, for the message. So this one says, every experience you have in your lifetime has the potential to be a teaching tool. By remembering and embracing this idea, the situation you encounter becomes less fraught with unneeded emotions and drama. Oh God, like I can definitely tell you this, because I had a situation the early part of this week that was just taking place, and I was like, you know what, you can do this by yourself, because I'm not doing this. Like I'm so sick and tired of the cycles being repeated. Like, you just don't understand. Every time those cycles keep getting repeated, it's like the process gets held up because you keep trying to control. That's why I said, you know, in the dream, it was like to let go, release control, stop trying to control things, just go with the ebb and flow and allow God to just do what it is He's doing. I know sometimes we don't like it, including myself, for certain things that come up or certain situations, but you know, you have to keep in mind, if you keep resorting to the old way of doing things when God's trying to push us into the new, we just only hold our own selves up in the process, okay? And then not only that, but we have to be mindful of the things that we're doing. Are we resorting and acting the way that we would have in the past? Because when we do that, everything that you're projecting off onto someone else, depending on what it is that you're doing, you're only projecting that right back at yourself in a sense. So it's like whatever feelings and emotions that you're trying to project off onto somebody else, God allows it to bounce right off of them and go right back to you in a sense. So I don't know who needs to hear that message, but just a word of advice, just be mindful of how you're dealing with people, you know. And this message isn't for everyone, because again, we're at different phases and stages of our journey. Where was I at? By not attaching labels or expectations to people and situations, you allow the pure divine energy to flow unimpelled. I hope I'm saying that right. While you may have little control over what happens to you at this time, you always have control over how you react. So true. And I just said that, right? Do you react on an impulse? Strike out at others when you feel hurt? Do you crawl into your safe place when the world seems mean and hurtful? Face this challenge in your life head on. Be thankful for the opportunities to experience whatever it is that is happening. Set yourself a goal of learning from every situation in your life and find the silver lining there. Perfect, right? Because I said God wants you to get in the habit of creating a ritual, right? Creating a ritual, being in the rhythm and the flow of things, and relaxing. Let go. Okay, so then we have self-love. 41. We always try to think so highly of the ones we love. We even give strangers the benefit of the doubt. But when it comes to self-love, many of us fall hopefully short. To love oneself is to accept imperfections, embrace learning, and battle through the all-consuming fire of self-doubt in order to find the energetic balance inside each of us. Be aware of the small, incisive voices that perhaps repeat the negative self-assessment. You had as a child, maybe an ex-lover or a friend puts a label on you that you've accepted. These self-judgments have no place in a whole, healthy relationship that is vital to have with yourself. It's only when you find your love for yourself that you can sincerely offer love to others. And I've said this in the past before too. So like, if people don't create self-love for themselves, then how can you love somebody else? You can't. Because, you know, if you're not loving yourself, you don't know what love is. So therefore, if you can't share it with anybody else. So be mindful of that. You know, healthy relationships, that is vital to have with yourself. And that's important. It's only when you find your love for yourself that you can sincerely offer love to another. So 36. As humans, our bodies are of the earth, It is a natural inclination when we experience uncomfortable emotions and energies to ground it out. To ground it out. Much in the way ground wired works with electrical currents. However, with so much in our modern lives that causes us to be disconnected from the Creator, we tend to gravitate towards false grounding. Okay, false grounding. Overreacting, smoking, drinking, and recreational drugs are common ways some try to ground. These ideas are, sorry y'all, but I don't even know that number, but that's just the universe speaking, okay? So I don't know who needs to hear that. So where was that? These items are all let me just go back up. Overreacting, smoking, drinking, and recreational drugs are common ways some try to ground. These items are of the earth, but they are not the earth. This is not a true grounding, and as such, it cannot sustain. It does not last. What ends up happening is that, as with most experiences that are false, we need more and more to achieve that same result. Okay? That's how, oh my God, like, I was having a conversation with my, I think it was with my daughter, and I was just talking about people who drink, and this was no judgment, but I just was kind of having a conversation. I was just saying that, people who do certain things like the drinking, the smoking, and all that other stuff, I was just saying that it's coming from a place, and I was telling her this some time ago, like, because I think we was just talking about people and, when they drink and stuff. I said, well, people need to ask themselves, why are they drinking? Why are they consuming the alcohol? And it's something I used to say some time ago, too, to other people, like, why are you drinking? Why do you do what you do, in a sense? Like, again, it's no judgment. It's just that I knew that it was a deeper rooted issue, that the reason why they was drinking, because it was almost like trying to cover that up. Well, the more you try to cover that up, the more it intensifies even more, in a sense. So that's why sometimes just facing the issue head on, whatever fears you may have, facing it head on sometimes just helps the situation, rather than, trying to cover it up with the recreational stuff. So anyway, what ends up happening is that, as with most experiences that are false, we need more and more to achieve that same result. To truly ground and connect to both the earth and Creator, practice consciously connecting your energy to the earth. You should not be getting your energy outside of yourself, meaning through other things, but directly from the divine. This is achieved through meditation, energy work, which is like myself, I'm a Reiki practitioner, and mindfulness. Find a way that works for you and practice it. By drawing this card, you are being asked to look at areas in your life where you may be employing false groundings as a coping mechanism. And then I'm also hearing too that sometimes we can overwork ourselves when it pertains to like work as well too. So that's why, part of this message was about pacing yourself and not overdoing it. Like, don't allow yourself to be so consumed with, working. Not saying that we don't have to work, because hell, we do have to work. We have to make a living, in a sense. Like, it's a matter of not allowing work to cover up, overcompensate, kind of like, again, another false situation that you're trying to hide for whatever reason that people, overwork themselves. And then the last one is growth, okay? So this is part of this grounding, was a part about creating those rituals that I was just talking about. The God was saying to create the ritual and relax, as well as creating that rhythm, going with the flow of things and not try to push it or force anything. And then growth is the last one, y'all. Growth. The situation or the time is one of rapid growth. The seeds that we have planted have germinated and taken root. Go with the flow. I just said that, right? Go with the flow of the growing times. You may find people and situations falling away from your life, as now they do not serve They do not serve who and what you are becoming. It may be that your vibration no longer resonates with theirs. It's okay. Oh God. And that's that's the universe talking again, right? Confirmation. Anyway, it may be that your vibration no longer resonates with theirs. It's okay. Wish them well. Be grateful for what they've brought to you and you to them, and send them on their way. Send them on their way. Room has now been made for new. Room has now been made for you. Excuse me. Room has now been made for new experiences, people, situations to help you, to help you to your next level. Sorry, y'all. If you are not feeling this shift right now, be prepared because it will soon come to pass. Okay, and I just said that, like I said at the beginning of this message, that if you're not feeling their energy right now, because I know myself, I felt it like within the last 3 days. So usually when I feel it first, and then usually sometimes the collective starts to go through the experience afterwards. Why that happens, I don't know. But anyway, so with that being said, basically Spirit has spoke. So I just say all that to say that just remember, just go with the pace of things, relax, find a ritual, and more importantly, like just release control. That's the important part, because once we release control and stop having certain expectations of people and outcomes, we then we can go with the flow of the universe. But if we keep trying to control the situation, we just prolong, keep ourselves held up, keep ourselves hold back, and when we probably could have been, let's just say, maybe 6 months, and I'm also hearing Spirit say too, don't be fake and phony about it too, because God knows. He already knows your heart. He already knows what you're thinking. So therefore, if you think you're going to try to outsmart God, that will be the no-go, because God is serious. Although he say don't take the situation too serious, but God is serious about making sure that you become spiritually mature, in a sense, in all areas of our life from A to Z. Okay, that does just not apply to you, but it applied to me as well too, with things that I had to fix, on my journey as well too. So anyway, y'all, I hope y'all have a beautiful Friday. I wish you all much love, much light, and I say peace and blessings. And remember, always keep God first and foremost in your heart, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And don't forget about Christ, because remember, he paid the price for us at the cross. And remember that name Jesus, because that name Jesus will save you in the event of dealing with any type of spiritual attacks or whatever the case may be, or the pure white light and pure unconditional love only. So anyway, stay beautiful, stay blessed, and I wish you all much light, and I say peace and blessings. Bye.